So today we're doing a little checking of the Fieldpiece charging jacket just to see exactly what it does to charge TXV systems in any weather. And we're looking at this just wondering if it would work or not, simply because when you block off a condenser, every time you raise the head pressure, you also would raise the subcooling because you're changing the design temperature difference. And we got this hooked up to a Testo 570. I have a data log in here and some software. And if you take a close look at the software here, you can actually see, we're looking at head pressures, the red line, and the orange line there is subcooling. And you can see that every time we raise the head pressure up, the subcooling did spike for a few seconds till the liquid stabilized, but then it came right back down to normal. Now initially when we charged this thing, we had it running exactly 10 degrees of subcooling. And right now we're back down to 12 degrees of subcooling. It did raise the subcooling up by about a degree or two watching. It's somewhere between 10 and 11 degrees of subcooling. But I've been cranking this thing up and down, watching the head pressure, and it's actually doing exactly what Fieldpiece said it would do, which actually surprises me, just because knowing what happens when you block a condenser, I figured this would have a lot of the same characteristics. But it actually does exactly like they said it will. So it looks like this is actually a very viable solution to make this work. So that's it for now. I'm going to go back to the chart here for a second. And you can see on this thing, we took that head pressure, if you look at my mouse here, all the way up. Let me zoom in on that. All the way from about 150, right? And if we come all the way over to here, this is running right now about, let's just look at the chart. We'll tell you exactly what it's running. It's running about 276 psi, right? 276. So we're on about 276 psi, and we got quite a bit of pressure drop across the TXV. Look at that subcooling line, right back down to almost normal. Back to the display just for a second again, running around 11 degrees. So the darn thing works just like they said it would. That's it. Thanks a lot.